My name's John.
I'm Bryce.
I'm Luciano.
I'm Zach.
Okay, so what is an entrepreneur? An entrepreneur is someone who's willing to take risks in order to turn a profit. The difference between an entrepreneur and a business owner is that entrepreneurs are focused on expanding and growing their business, whereas the latter is more interested in keeping their business small and staying within their comfortability zones. Some of the benefits of being an entrepreneur are job security, quality of life, and financial success. You're more likely to be able to take time off to spend with your family or live a lavish life by being a successful entrepreneur. An entrepreneur in a successful, well-grown business compared to someone that works the usual 9 to 5. There are two different types of entrepreneurs, such as classic, serial, and social. Each individual type has different goals that they want to achieve throughout their life, throughout the life of the business. Each type of entrepreneur shares some of the difficulties that are involved with expanding and growing one's business. You have to be able to tolerate and accept failure because it is highly likely during a startup, Gesundheit, to experience hardship through bad expectations. For your business and financial hardship, you have to also have enough confidence in yourself so that whatever hardships or challenges you may face, you will be able to move on to the next one and not hold yourself back for fear of failure. Which brings me to my next point. When you're starting up your own business, you can't be scared of failure. In fact, failure is almost a given in any startup. However, that doesn't mean you can make decisions for your company because of your fear. You may very well miss out on some great opportunities that would allow your business to achieve. Another critical characteristic is having the want and need to achieve the tasks that you have laid out in your business plan. Following a business plan is crucial to the success of a startup. You must also be able to have the vision and creativity to be able to see the most optimal route to take during the lifespan of your business. Being an entrepreneur is a very risky venture. You have to be willing to bet on yourself without holding anything back for fear of failure. On top of that, young entrepreneurs lack the resources financially to start such a venture, often needing to fall back on family and friends, which could stress the relationship in the long run, or needing to turn to banks, which could involve accruing an insurmountable amount of debt. Starting a business is definitely not for the faint of heart, but for the willing and able, it's definitely worth it.
So, the article relating to our case study, it's 11 most famous entrepreneurs and how they got there. This article talks about 11 of the most famous entrepreneurs of all time, how they got to be successful. It relates to our class because it talks about how they never gave up on their dream, which is something we talked about. In class, we talked about the characteristics entrepreneurs have to have. They have to be driven, fearless, outgoing, hardworking, and the list goes on and on. But every single one of these successful entrepreneurs had these characteristics and used them to become who they are today. Some of these people did not come from much or nothing at all, which makes their rise to the top even better. It starts off by talking about Oprah Winfrey and how she is now the richest African American in the 21st century. Her net worth is over $3 billion. But the author talks about how she had a rough upbringing, coming from a family that suffered from extreme poverty, and how she would get made fun of when she would go to school because she would wear potato sacks as a dress. This all comes back to her being driven and needing to achieve so she could get away from the life she was living. Her family members sexually assaulted her and but she ended up keeping that vision, and she realized that she needed to succeed. This article also talks about a great author by the name of J.K. Rowling and how her rise to success. Nobody thought she was going to amount to much after she wrote some books that were not big names. This article also says some people believe that J.K. Rowling sold her soul to the devil in exchange for the Harry Potter inspiration. Her self-confidence has been pretty high because she never stopped writing, and even though she was a single mother living on welfare, some of her great characteristics and attributes we talked about in our textbook of becoming a successful entrepreneur. Her net worth is now around $1 billion. Another very successful entrepreneur in this article talks about John Paul, and if you don't know who that is, he is known for Paul Mitchell hair products and Patron tequila. He has a great story. It says he was a first-generation American. He did not know what to do when he got shipped to LA because he was living in foster homes. He joined a street gang at a very young age. He had a simple business plan, which started off as selling products going door to door, which was as basic as it comes. This article goes on to talk about these very famous entrepreneurs who may not have had at all the same upbringing and the same goals of being successful. But this article influenced our thoughts by us realizing that you need, like, even though you hear it all the time, you can do anything you really put your mind to.
Okay, so related content to the chapter and relating it to real life. I've never considered finding a job or working for someone else. I read this article with interest about entrepreneurship alternative because for me this is my career pathway and the reason I am at St. Lawrence College. I was searching for a program that would provide me the skills and knowledge to start my own business with comfort and confidence. Within the article, we hear from others on why they should become an entrepreneur. The first point, be your own boss, the idea of making your own decisions, being able to control your day, and being able to control the creative pieces of being an entrepreneur intrigues me and many other people. I believe many have chosen to open their own business for the quality of life and flexibility. Many entrepreneurs have put quality of life first so that they can dedicate their own schedules and make family a priority. Others may like the opportunity to work from home or hire their own teams. Financial success will come to a business owners with good planning, a feasible business plan, and a lot of hard work with long hours. I would add to this area of the article a solid, broad business education that would allow you to mitigate risk and make good business decisions. Business owners need to be jack of all trades with a good understanding of accounting, from how to read a month's end statement and manage cash flow to budget forecasting. They need to become a great marketer to attract and gain customers in today's ever-changing business market. But they have to be strong business people to run their business successfully. From human resources, hiring and retaining good employees, to making knowledge-based business decisions, business owners need to have a good education. This article highlights the environment for entrepreneurs and discussing globalization, which today can be exciting knowing your customers can be anywhere. Post-secondary education institutions and both provincial and federal government know we need small business owners and inventors and innovators. Today there are new opportunities to link to startup funding for your business to get it off the ground, internship and mentorship programs to learn from seasoned entrepreneurs and business owners, and post-secondary programs providing specialized programming to reach people and entrepreneur thinkers.
So for my part of the video, I was given 2 critical thinking tasks. The first task was to develop a shared economy business idea that follows the pattern of like Uber or Airbnb. After thinking about what I could possibly do for a shared economy business, I came up with something that could be open for like renting sports gear. Basically, if anyone wanted to try specific sports gear, they could come to my shop and rent the needed equipment so they could successfully participate in the game they wanted without spending a high amount of dollars on sports equipment. They could use my gear for as many, they could use it simply as for a day if they wanted, or they could rent it up for a year. Like, cost would vary, and it doesn't really matter. It depends on what they need. This, in my eyes, is similar to companies like Uber and Airbnb because they have a chance to come and use something that I own and try it like for a free cost and return it. Like I said earlier, I would call this place Sports Share. We could open many chains around the world and like wherever, I guess. The reason I chose something like this is because I'm interested in sports and I played sports my whole life. So doing something like this would definitely keep my interest. For my second question, they asked me how would my idea be better than any like the competition. So obviously sports equipment retailers like Sport Check and Nike use like for places that like sell equipment, and then there's places like Play It Again Sports who have used equipment. The main reason my place would stick out from other places is because for a fraction of the cost, someone could come use my gear and not be stuck with the expensive cost of owning sports stuff and see, and they can see if they can save money by renting stuff by using my stuff. Another reason my company would stand out from the competition is because we would try our very best to offer sizes in all types of gear, and our staff would be super fresh, super friendly at all times. That's why Sports Share would stand out from the rest of the competition.
Now we just have a short video